Shabbat Shalom, Mashpaka. I don't know what happened in that last video, but my phone went absolutely bonkers. So we're gonna go back, redo 12. So here we go. Bereshith, or Genesis 12. And Yahuwah said to Abram, which is Abraham, go yourself out of your land, from your relatives, and from your father's house, to a land which I show you. And I shall make you a great nation, and barak you, and make your name great, and you shall be a baraka, blessing. And I shall barak those who barak you, bless, and curse him who curses you. And in you all the clans of the earth shall be Baruch, blessed. So Abram left as Yahuwah had commanded him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Charan. And Abram took Sarah, his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the beings whom they had acquired in Charan, and they departed for the land of Canaan. And they came to the land of Canaan, and Abram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the terebinth tree of Moreh. At that time the Canaanites were in the land, and Yahuwah appeared to Abram, and said, to your seed I give this land. And he built there an altar to Yahuwah, who had appeared to him. And from there he moved to the mountain east of Beth El. And he pitched his tent with Beth El on the west, and Ai on the east, or A, or maybe, on the east. And he built there an altar to Yahuwah, and called on the name of Yahuwah. And Abram departed, continuing toward the Negev. And a scarcity of food came to be in the land, and Abram went down to Mitzrayim to dwell there. For the scarcity of food was severe in the land. And it came to be, when he was close to entering Mitzrayim, that he said to Sarah, his wife, see, I know that you are a lovely woman to look at. And it shall be, when the Mitzrites see you, that they shall say, this is his wife, and they shall kill me, but let you live. Please say you are my sister, so that it shall be well with me for your sake, and my life is spared because of you. And it came to be, when Abram came to Mitzrayim, that the Mitzrites saw the woman, that she was very lovely. And Pharaoh's officers saw her, and praised her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken to Pharaoh's house, and he treated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and cattle, and male donkeys, and male and female servants, and female donkeys and camels. But Yahuwah plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this you have done to me? Why did you not inform me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister? And so I was going to take her for my wife. Look, here is your wife. Take her and go. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. Now we're going to 13. And Abram went up from Mitzrayim into the Negev, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him. And Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journey from the Negev as far as Beth El, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Beth El and A, maybe? A-E, I-E? I don't know. to the place of the altar which he had made there at first. And there Abram called on the name of Yahuwah. Now Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their possessions were great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. And at the time the Canaanites and the Perizzites dwelt in the land. Then Abram said to Lot, Please let there be no strife between you and me, and between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brothers. Is not all the land before you? Is not all the land before you? Please separate from me. If you take the left, then I go to the right, or if you go to the right, then I go to the left. And Lot lifted his eyes and saw all the plain of the Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere. Before Yahuwah destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of Yahuwah, like the land of Mitzrayim, you go as far as to Zoar. So Lot chose for himself all the plain of the Jordan, and Lot moved east. Thus they separated from each other. Abram, dwelling in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelling in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent as far as Sodom. But the men of Sodom were evil and sinned before Yahuwah, exceedingly so. And after Lot had separated from him, Yahuwah said to Abram, Now lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward, for all the land which you see I shall give to you and your seed forever. And I shall make your seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man could count the dust of the earth, then your seed also could be counted. Arise, walk in the land through its length and its width, for I give it to you. So Abram moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinth trees of the Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to Yahuwah. That's the end. We've made it to 14. I think I'm going to try and do 14 and 15 in another video. But as of now, we've made it to 14. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shalom. Love y'all.